sold too many people gave up on them, and you could get them in now. And so when they recover years from now, you'll be sitting back on the profits. You'll be sitting down, and especially too if they pay a dividend, you have those residuals coming.
I think honestly, I'm gonna piggyback on that for a second. We're gonna go invest in nerd mode for a second, y'all.
Okay.
We both know this. They might not know this. Warren Buffett sold all of his shares, but not all of them. But he took a major loss and got rid out of the airline game. So we're not gonna sit here and say that move there did not trigger what we call fear in the market. Just saying, I did not sell any shares. Whenever I saw that news, I did not move.
I still held on. Exactly.
Yeah. So some people, oh my God, Warren Buffett, I'm gonna do what Warren Buffett do. You know.
Exactly.
So I don't trade like that, but I don't buy it. I don't invest like that.
And Warren Buffett is like an excellent investor. He's like one of the greats. Yeah. But at the same time, everybody has different objectives. It makes sense for him to do it, but it may not make sense for us who have more time frame to wait on the airlines to back up to recover. You know, so he might pull his money into something else that he feel like, hey, look, I can get a better return in a shorter time period. When you invest in the airlines now, you're gonna have to think the long game. Another place that you can invest in now that's good too. Look into some consumer defensive stocks. Look into your Walmarts, your Targets, your Costco's. You just want to make sure you look at all their financials still to make sure they're generating the revenue. But you want to look into companies that are a stronghold, no matter if there's coronavirus going on.
Did you say, can I invest in military stock?
Yeah. I just made a post about them, a couple of defense companies, military stocks that do like services and products for the military. Lockheed Martin, it's on my page. Lockheed Martin and Northrop Grumman. They pretty much are part of like helping out with the logistics of the military. So when you see your fighter jets and all that stuff like that, they're in the background helping manufacture and all that good stuff and doing like cybersecurity and all that good stuff. They're very strong stocks too, because people believe in the military no matter, a lot of investors, they believe in the military. So those stocks pretty much, they stay strong. They've been around too for a while.
How do I buy or get into the international stock market, like China, Korea, Australia, New Zealand? That's what that's the next one. Yeah.
Oh, dope. I actually got an international ETF. That's how I invest into the international sectors.
It's Brazil, Africa, ETF.
Man, you got companies that are right on your stock market right now that you can get some international exposure to.
Yeah, I actually like the ETF. I think I got it's a growth South Africa ETF, and it invests in like growth companies in South Africa. I'm like,
what? That's different.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And it doesn't. I don't think it paid dividends. It's through Fidelity, I think. But like I'll piggyback on that. There's ETF. You can literally type in Korea ETF. Brazil. You can find unless it's. I'm gonna excuse my French guys. Bumfuck Thailand somewhere. You can find anything on the stock market.
You can. Any part of the world, like you said, if you want to invest any part of the world, the stock market has that type of exposure that you can get into. You can get in international stocks very easily.
This is a good one. The next question is, should I have more international or domestic stock?
This is a great question. I'm all about a balanced portfolio. So I'm going to say you're going to put more of your money in the domestic U.S. stocks, because the U.S. stocks are more stable.
For a second, what is a portfolio for the people who might not know what that is?
Got you. Your portfolio is a group of assets. So that would be your brokerage account. That would be like one portfolio. And that would mean that's where your stocks and where your bonds are held. Your portfolio is like a group of all your assets in that brokerage account. But I think I would put, me personally, I got like 20% in international, but mostly all my stuff is.
I think the max you should go 25, because that extra 5%, I think, has to go into bonds. Like regardless, if anything, if you want to do this, you can do international bonds. I know that international bonds, from my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong, D. But I think that international bonds is usually wrapped up with construction debt, if I'm not mistaken. Like it's wrapped in, like, they give loans to corporations that take out loans specifically for infrastructure building, and companies that build and stuff, like a big name Chinese company that's like a real estate.
Yeah.
Real estate everywhere. So I don't know about international bonds so much, because that's what they're saying. I was thinking about more international bonds. So,
yeah, like he said, you got to kind of do your research, because they're, like he said, loaning out money to them may be different than how the U.S. loaning out the money in the U.S. end of it. Yeah. Good question though.
Yeah, they may pay you in yens, so you get to look at, does your broker convert that? What is
fact?
There's so much different things when it comes to international stuff. I think you're safe if you do like a mutual fund. I think that usually it's a thing. Okay, so where can I go to? Okay, if I buy a stock and I sell it, how fast do I get my money back? Honestly, guys, that's like a normal question, like a bank question. Like 5 to 7 business days to get your funds back. Or maybe even, I think, honestly, it's a little bit longer, because they have to, let Lewis talk about that. Let Ms. Lewis talk about that.
Gotcha. Let's use an example.
What's the process of buying and selling a stock? That's the question. So, yeah.
Okay. Most brokers, they try to, the cash is going to take a couple of days to settle, but you can buy and sell a stock the same day. But that's day trading. But let's just say you buy one today and you sell it tomorrow. You could do that. If your stock went up in value, then of course you'll get your initial investment and you get the profits too. It may take like a couple days based on who you got your brokerage account with for the cash to settle completely. So you could cash out and get it probably within that same week. Meaning like, hey, I sold my Apple stock for higher than when I brought it at. Cool, the money has settled out. Now I got my initial investment and I got my cash back. So I got my initial investment and I got my profit. So it can happen just that quick. It just depends on the broker how fast they settle that money. Meaning like, okay, they cleared the transaction pretty much.
That's a good question. Are pharmaceutical companies good companies to invest in?
You got, like, pharmaceutical is so big, like tech. So you got a lot of things. You got marijuana pharmaceutical, you got regular traditional pharmaceutical. So you got people that just do.
Ain't nothing wrong getting on CVS now.
Yeah. It's people who just supply, like he said, like they're for retail pharmaceutical, and you got people who supply like the equipment for medical operations. So I think the healthcare sector is broad, and I think you want to kind of go into, okay, which exactly end of healthcare that I want to get into directly, and make a decision and do some research. Because it's like tech. Tech has a bunch of industries involved in the sector. But that's a good question. Healthcare is excellent though for a stock market investment. It's excellent.
This guy says, I put 90% of my money into oil because it's cheap to buy right now. Is that a bad investment? I'm gonna say it's not a bad investment, but I would put 90% of anything into anything.
You want to diversify. Yeah, you want to diversify. That's putting too much, like you said, weight on one thing. You want to mix it up a little bit.
He's going off the hype. I think I'm gonna just put that out there. I think he's going off the hype. You know, that drop, and then he like, let me
get on it. Yeah.
I think it sounds like one of them moves.
Yeah.
So,
but that's okay though. But yeah, mix it up a little bit.
So when it comes to, what you mean mix it up? How much of what? Like, what do you recommend? All right, how about this? Let's do a hypothetical for people that might be watching. Let's be real. Okay, let's be real. My second stimulus check came in. I got my friends. I got $1,200. I'm not gonna do the Ponzi scheme. I'm not giving nobody $100 for $800. This time, I'm gonna buy stock. I have $1,000.
Cool.
Give me an example what to do with that $1,000.
Cool. Let's say we just gonna build a stock portfolio. Let's say we're gonna do a mix of bonds and stocks. So I'm gonna go with a diversified mix of tech, healthcare, consumer defensive, like I said, your Walmarts, your Costco's, your Procter & Gamble's, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna say in your stocks, I'm gonna go about in good companies, because let's just use the example that you did your research, you got your game tight. So I'm gonna say 70% stocks, 30% bonds. Okay. So the bonds help weigh out when the stocks are down. And then you good because you got aggressive stocks, meaning you got some aggressive stocks. Let's say you did your research, you got some aggressive stocks that are growth, meaning like they're steadily growing. So 70% stocks, 30% bonds. Okay. And mix it up.
Yeah, guys, I really appreciate you guys sending these questions and asking and everything. But I'm gonna stop with the questions and go ahead and let her, say your ending remarks on what you want to, I guess. Let's talk about, before we get to the ending remarks, let's really talk about what are your like, how can people get in contact with you for a second?
Cool. So the best way to get in contact with me is to reach out. I'm always on my Instagram for the most part. That's where I'm running my platform most of the time, unless I'm boots to the ground. But
don't worry, guys. The tag will be somewhere on this video.
Yep. At Lewis Premier Stocks. That's LEWISPREMIERSTOCKS. Or you can reach out to me via email at lewispremierinvestments@gmail.com. But on my platform, my biggest thing is in educating people on things they may have not known about the stock market, different stock investment ideas, giving people terminology. And also too, my services are, I have digital e-courses that are for people that want to get into the stock market and have no clue. I'm there to support you on that all the way 100%. And also two people who may have a brokerage account, but they may still have like a little bit of confusion. Like, okay, cool, I opened this brokerage account, I got some stocks, but I don't know what I'm looking at. I got e-courses and I got coaching services that is dedicated to the everyday person. And when you buy into the e-course, like I said, you buy in an e-course, you're buying into your future. And through the e-course, I literally walk you through step by step on how to get started. And even if you are already got your brokerage account, I'm going to meet you where you at and help you level up your knowledge base through my coaching services.
Guys, I bounce off of her all the time. The difference between me and her, we do leverage with each other. We do promos.
Yep.
We both are educators in this. So you guys can reach out to me, and I will refer you to her. She knows that I do this all the time. When people start asking a whole bunch of stock questions, I tag her because I ain't got time to be. I'm not stocks. I'm not doing that. That's not my lane.
And I appreciate that too.
Personally. I do it personal. I'm not teaching it right now. So it's not really a teaching thing. I may get in the world of educating people about crypto because I think that a lot of us don't really understand cryptocurrency. And
you gotta put me on game.
Yeah, I think we sleep on it. I think that us as a people, not just Black people in general, but people. I think that uncertainty of not understanding what it is as well. Because I'm like, we do have the age of the internet. We slept on YouTube. Now look at us.
Right. Exactly.
YouTube when we was kids. Me and you could have been millionaires right now by doing nothing on YouTube.
Yeah. If we was uploading videos back in 2005 and 6, you're right.
What would be millionaires right now?
That's worth that's like millionaire content at this
point. So it's literally the same thing with cryptocurrency. I think that even if you could just, in my opinion, I think that you should if you put $100 in the top 5 cryptocurrencies and forgot about it for 10 years. Yeah, that's all. Look, I'm not saying no more. I'm talking the top 5. That's it. Like, it doesn't matter the price point. Just that. Maybe not so much with Bitcoin, but you can definitely, I always tell people just do your research on that. But on my platform, I will be educating about that. It's because investing. So I really want to, get your, it's coronavirus season, as you guys know, as we upload this video. How important is it that we invest right now? Because I think a lot of people are scared because, we losing jobs now. We got these unemployment checks that's about to run out. We don't know if the economy's starting back up. I don't know if it's safe to invest. What do you say about that? I'm scared to invest because my money, it ain't about my money low. I'm just, it's the coronavirus season. Should I invest?
Good question. I say if you look back into 2008, if you were old enough to remember when the stock market crashed because of the housing market, I say those people who went and invested then, by 5 years later, they was definitely had more net worth than what they came in 08. So I say if you're ready to expand your net worth and you're ready to have an asset, don't be afraid. Don't let the fear of uncertainty stop you and discourage you, because on the other side of risk, there is a type of reward. Especially the stock market has been historically known for that, you know? So it's about investing in your future, and anything is a risk. When we go to 9 to 5s, if you got a 9 to 5, that's a risk, you know? You're risking to, hey, maybe I could get fired to any day now. That's a risk, you know? So when you go into the stock market, you're investing into your future. Yes, anything can happen with a corporation, but it's about the bigger picture. No company, you're really, the only time I tell people you really lose money in the stock market is if the company goes bankrupt, and plus you'll know about that well in advance, or if you sell your shares at a loss. But it's about investing in your future. You take a risk every day of your life. So why not put your money into something that is historically known to be an asset? For one, it's an asset. The stock market, all stocks are assets. And that could, at the end of the day, it could lead to growth in your net worth and your future. And then at the same time, you're getting knowledge to pass that down to your family members, your children, your nieces, your nephews, people in your family that need to be put up on that. You're showing them something different. So it's a beneficial thing at the end of the day.
Well, I appreciate you, taking time out your, busy schedule with this virus going on to educate people, on Black knowledge. This will be on the YouTube channel, guys. You'll be able to contact her, on Instagram. Don't worry, guys. I'll have it tagged on the video. She dropped some knowledge bombs into this, interview. I greatly appreciate you taking the time to, teach people about this, because I think that, especially our people, there's a certain gray area when it comes to investing or being afraid, guys. We love, as Black people, we love to say, but what a Black person teach about stock? Well, I got one channel now. Well, I don't want no Asian. I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody. Well, guess what? Here goes a sister right here who's happy and she nappy like me. And got long hair, don't care. And she actually does this. She teaches, she educates people, and she mentors and she coaches, guys. So the information is there, the people is there. You just got to be willing to make the investment, not only into yourself, but into her. So I appreciate you coming on, and allow, to pick your brain a little bit.
And I appreciate you, Jasper. Like I said, you have an excellent platform, and it's always like positive information. I appreciate that. You don't ever have no goofy stuff on your page. We see too much goofy stuff sometimes, and like bring that positive, like you reeling people in. Like, let's not forget, ownership is key in something. Mm-hmm. So I respect that wholeheartedly, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you being an awesome brother. And networking with you has been like awesome, and just collabing with you has been like, I'm very grateful for that. Definitely.
All right, guys, check her out.